Mythic Games dropped their April update on 6 Siege a couple of days ago. In this update, Mythic Games provided some clarity on the additional contribution for 6 Siege. It's time to reopen the discussion because the requested contribution certainly has stirred up the commotions. A quick warning before we look into the last update on 6 Siege, 1d6 focuses on short and informative videos. We prefer to spend our time on board games that are worth our attention. That's why the majority of our videos are positive and may contain some constructive criticism from time to time. Well, today we're going to make an exception. 6 Siege is a great game, but Mythic Games is making a big mess out of the campaign and backers will suffer from it. So as we discussed in our previous video on Mythic Games, the company is going through a difficult time. If you're new to the discussion, please check our video of the 19th of March first before you continue to watch this video. We've already discussed the drastic changes Mythic Games had to make to keep the company afloat. You can find a link in this video. This video complements our previous video and focuses on the last update and the contribution requested by Mythic Games. So, Mythic Games has finally done the math and are reaching out to their backers for an additional contribution. For the core pledge, called the Fresh Recruit Pledge, they ask for an additional $39. The Fresh Recruit Pledge costed $69 during the Kickstarter campaign in June 2021. For the Gameplay All-In Pledge, called the Trooper Pledge, they ask for an additional $99. The Trooper Pledge costed $199 during the campaign. And finally, the Premium All-In Pledge, called the Smooth Operator Pledge, they ask for an additional $129. The Smooth Operator Pledge costed $296. So depending on the pledge you've done, this is a price increase of about 50%. Mythic Games claims that the extra contribution is needed to cover production, labor, transport and development costs, but we don't go into every detail. You can read the 6 Siege update yourself. Please find a link to the update in the description of this video. One thing worth mentioning is that you can find several examples in the update on the increased costs for making a board game. At 1d6 we did not have the time to fact check all of Mythic Games' claims, but we do question the mentioned numbers. Mythic Game surely wants to offer good excuses so they can justify the additional contribution. Comparing the additional contribution with Darkest Dungeon will substantiate my point of view. Unlike the production cost, Mythic Games did not share as much details on the extra development costs. Sure, they fed us the usual marketing BS. Mythic Games wanted to offer an optimal, well-tested and balanced game, blah 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 blah. Cut the crap, Mythic Games. Some price increases were indeed out of your sphere of influence, but additional costs to make a good game? Seriously? So 1d6 went all in on 6 Siege. Yes, the Mythic Games marketing machine had worked its magic back in the day, I must admit. At the moment we already spent $296 on the Smooth Operator Pledge, plus an additional $51 for shipping. If we add the contribution of $129, we come up to a total of $494. That's quite expensive for a dressed up 2-player game. Sorry for being a cynic, but I can't shrug off the image of 6 Siege being one of the most expensive games in our carefully curated board game collection. Yes, it's a great game, but it's not the crown jewel of our collection. With $129 I can still late pledge games like Tainted Grail Kings of Ruin, or another great game from another trustworthy developer. So before giving my final thoughts, I want to address the update a little bit more. Mythic's marketing machine is doing the best they can to sell the story in the most optimistic way. But the strategy is getting old. Mentioning the so-called extras we get for waiting-contributing, giving excuses for the price increase and finally the different types of contributions. I don't care for the extras and I don't care about all the reasons for the increased costs anymore. Please don't sugarcoat the outrageous contribution rates. Backers are not the idiots you think they are. I was hoping for a more creative approach. Maybe a lifetime discount on any future projects, or an additional campaign to cover up some costs, or even a partnership with a solid board game developer to ensure backers get their game. It's hard to make a neutral video on the current situation on 6 Siege. One thing that definitely does not help is the limited communication. Mythic managed to post an update on 6 Siege on the last day of the month, but on another project called Hell the Last Saga, backers did not receive any update. Hell is supposed to go in production after 6 Siege is finished. The last update on Hell was posted on the 17th of March, and if I remember correctly, Mythic Games promised monthly updates. Am I missing anything? I can't help to see the poor communication as a lack of respect. And this point of view was kind of a revelation to me. Mythic Games is in the board game business to make profit, not to satisfy customers. Well, not anymore. Given the current circumstances, they handle one project at a time and try to keep the company afloat. All Mythic projects are already funded. Backers have committed their money to one of their games. Mythic's corporate image is already damaged. So there is little incentive anymore to invest in a long-lasting relation with customers. Mythic will only manufacture games if it brings a new profit to the company. The contribution they are asking for is only partially related to past pledges. Mythic needs to improve on their cash flow for the survival of the company, and they don't care for past financial support at the moment anymore. So is 1D6 asking for a refund? Well, as tempting as it may sound, we will be probably going to pay the extra contribution. Not for the sake of Mythic Games, because we feel ignored, unappreciated and disrespected. But if we don't reach a certain minimum threshold of extra contributions, the game will not be manufactured. If this happens, it will gravely jeopardize the future of Mythic Games and we risk losing our past pledges. We don't like to give in to extortion, but if you can put all of your frustrations aside for a moment, this is the best option we have. Thanks for hearing us out by watching this video. Please let us know if you share our frustration by posting a comment on this video, and if you like this video, be sure to give a thumbs up or even consider subscribing to the channel. That's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video.